graders, welcome back for more multiplication practice. Today we're going to work on using the box method to solve a multiplication equation. So remember last week I told you that after speaking with your fifth grade teachers, they said one of the most important things that they wanted you guys to be strong in is your multiplication and being able to use strategies efficiently. So we're going to practice that today. 2 weeks ago, we practiced our factors, multiples, prime numbers, composite numbers, and our multiplication facts. Here's another reason why multiplication facts are so important. We need those in order to solve these problems. One thing I noticed when I was looking at work that we did a couple of weeks ago with the box method is that some people were forgetting some equations when they were solving the box method. So draw out the visual every single time. That way you're not forgetting some of the numbers you need to multiply. So I can see right here that we have 4 numbers in our equation, 1, 2, 3, 4. That means I'm going to need 4 boxes because I'm going to have 4 different equations that I'm going to need to solve for 54 times 36. So I'm going to first start by breaking apart my 54. So I'm going to put my 10s, 50, and 4. Doesn't matter if the 50 and 4 go up here or if they go down here. Either way, as long as you split them up by 10s and 1s. And then I'm going to split up my 36 with 30 and 6. Now using those numbers along the side, I'm going to use those to multiply. In my first box, I'm going to do 50 times 30. But I'm not really going to do 50 times 30. I'm going to do 5 times 3, which I know is 15. And then add 2 zeros because there's 2 zeros in my equation. Okay, now I'm going to go to my next box, 50 times 6. Again, I'm not going to do 50 times 6. I'm going to do 5 times 6. And I know that 5 times 6 is 30. And then I'm going to add 1 zero for the 0 in my equation. Next, I'm going to go to do 30 times 4. Again, get rid of that 0 for now. 3 times 4 I know is 12. And then add the 0. Last equation, 6 times 4. 6 times 4 is 24. It took me 4 multiplication equations to solve that piece. There's 4 numbers in my equation, 4 equations to solve. And then I'm going to add those up. So I'm going to stack my numbers, making sure I stack my hundreds under my hundreds, my tens under my tens, my ones under my ones, so it's easy to add. Add all my ones, 0, 0, 0, and 4 makes 4. 0 plus 0 plus 2 plus 2 makes 4. 5 plus 3 makes 8, plus 1 more makes 9. And 1,000 plus nothing equals 1. So my answer for this one is 1,944. Okay, my next equation is 45 times 29. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers in my multiplication equation. That means I'm going to have 4 equations that I'm going to use to solve that problem. I'm going to start by taking my tens, 40 and 20, then taking my ones, 5 and 9, 29, 45, and putting them across. So now I have a 45 times 29. Start here, 40 times 20. Oh, I know that 4 times 2 is 8. And then I'm going to add my 2 zeros, 800. 40 times 9. I know that 4 times 9 is 36. I'm going to write my 36 and then add my 0 from my equation, 360. 20 times 5. We know that 2 times 5 is 10. And then add 1 0 from my equation. If I just wrote 10 there, my brain should automatically be flashing, nope, that doesn't make sense. 20 times 5 cannot equal 10. Make sure you're always checking in to see if your answer makes sense. And then 9 times 5 is 45. I can see that I did 1, 2, 3, 4 different multiplication equations to solve this problem. There are 4 numbers in those factors, so it took 4 equations to solve. My last step is to add them to get my total. Again, making sure I stack up my numbers properly, all the place values with under each other, and then go down and add. 6 plus 4 is 10, carry the 1. 1 plus 8 is 9, plus 10, 13, 1,305. Now, for the sake of seeing what it looks like with larger digit numbers, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different numbers in my equation. That means it's going to take me 6 equations to get to the final answer. I also need to break each part up into 3. So I have 3 sections here and 3 sections here. That way I can go and multiply my hundreds, my tens, and my ones. My hundreds, my tens, and my ones. So starting with my hundreds from 387, I have 300. I have 80, and I have 7. In my second number, I have 400, 10, and 3, 413. Okay, and we're going to continue to follow those same procedures of adding across the box. So 400 times 300. Well, I know 4 times 3 is 12, and then add that many zeros to the end of it. 400 times 80. Cover up all my zeros. 4 times 8 is 32. And then I have 3 zeros to add to the end of it. 400 times 7. I know that 4 times 7 is 28. And then I have 2 zeros to add to the end of it. Okay, now I have 10 times 300. Um, 10 times 3 is 30. And then add 2 zeros. 10 times 800, or 80, excuse me. 1 times 8 is 8. And add 2 zeros. And 10 times 7, we know equals 70. All right, last row. 1s times these numbers above. So 3 times 300. I know that 3 times 3 is 9. And then I'll add my 2 zeros. 3 times 80. I know that 3 times 8 equals 24. And then add the 1 0, 240. And last one, 3 times 7 equals 21. Okay? And then I would need to go through and add all of these numbers together. And I would keep adding all these numbers, 3,000, 870, 900. Oops, didn't line up my place values. Try that again. 240 and 21. And I would add all of those up to get to my final answer, what 387 times 413 is. You might not be there yet, and that's okay. Some of you might be to where you can do this, and that's okay too. But as of right now, we need to be able to do these two, remembering that you should always be multiplying the amount of numbers you have in your equation. So since 54 has 2 and 36 has 2, that means I should have 4 equations to get to my final answer. 45 times 29, there's 4 numbers in that equation. I should have 4 multiplication equations to get to my final answer.